To a source, here's the quote: Prince William plans to flex his muscles and wipe his wayward brother Prince Harry and his power-hungry wife Meghan from the history books, it says. But it's hardly a secret that the palace has already conducted secret meetings with members of the government to discuss putting the plan into action.
So, the House of Lords, you know, those fancy folks in robes, the big bosses of British tradition, just couldn't resist stirring the royal pot. They're launching a petition to strip Meghan Markle of her Duchess of Sussex title. And trust me, this isn't just another royal family spat. Oh no, it's a scandal that's got everyone talking, from diehard monarchists to TikTok teens. The twist? Meghan's not taking it lightly. Behind palace walls, or should I say Montecito walls, she's reportedly fuming. And just when you think this story couldn't get any messier, it does. It all started with whispers. Small rumors floating around royal circles that Meghan and Harry were pushing the limits. Then boom, headlines lit up every newsfeed screaming, "Parliament moves to strip Meghan Markle of all royal titles." The House of Lords had apparently had enough of Meghan and Harry's public moves while still rocking those royal titles. They called it a slap in the face to tradition and duty.
To a source, here's the quote: Prince William plans to flex his muscles and wipe his wayward brother Prince Harry and his power-hungry wife Meghan from the history book.
Legal experts even started digging up old dusty laws, like the 1917 Titles Deprivation Act, the same one used to strip King Edward VIII after his infamous abdication. This wasn't just about a title. It was about the weight of centuries-old expectations clashing with the modern world. Meghan's name, front and center in this storm, sent shockwaves through not just the tabloids but serious legal and royal commentators. People were saying, this goes through, it's going to change everything. The stakes? Huge. The drama? Off the charts. And the internet? Losing its mind. Before she became a duchess, Meghan was Hollywood royalty, slaying it on suits and turning heads everywhere. When she married Harry, it was like a fairy tale, an American, biracial, divorced actress shaking up centuries of royal tradition. The 2018 wedding was hyped as a fresh start, but let's be real, behind the scenes, things weren't so smooth. Rumors swirled about Meghan clashing with palace aides, struggling with stiff royal protocols, and feeling boxed in. All these happened because she was showing her real self of being into the entertainment world. And the questions we should ask is this: aren't these royals aware of Meghan's background before she came into the house? I mean, this woman was already killing it in Hollywood. How do you expect such a person to just bend to your old, boring rules?
Are you sure you want to do this?
Yes. What are you doing?
Manningham's had a crush on me since the day I got here. He would give me his mother's social security number if I asked for it.
Okay, Rachel, we don't have much time. I need a sure thing here.
Mike, I am a sure thing. God, I miss him so much. I'll be okay when I get some payback. If the enemy's in range, so are you.
Well, the drama continued in the royal house. The press caught wind of these whispers and ran with them, painting Meghan as a rebel who was shaking the whole system. And the drama? Oh, it got messier. The media called her a disruptor. Royal insiders whispered about her breaking age-old rules. And suddenly her fairy tale turned into a nightmare of cameras, critics, and constant headlines. It wasn't just a little family drama. It was a full-on royal scandal ready to explode, with Meghan right in the middle of the storm. And that's when it all got real. Let's go back to March 2021 when Meghan and Harry sat down with Oprah. This wasn't just another royal interview. It was huge. The second it aired, everyone was talking. Meghan, calm but clearly upset, dropped a bomb that shocked the world. While she was pregnant with Archie, she said, there were concerns and conversations in the royal family about how dark his skin might be.
Concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What?
That really happened. As soon as people heard it, the internet exploded. But Meghan didn't stop there. She shared how lonely and trapped she felt living inside the palace. She was so down that she even thought about ending her life. It was heartbreaking. Imagine feeling that stuck and alone with no one to help. Then Harry spoke up. He said he felt trapped too, born into a life he couldn't control. And then came the part that made everyone's heart sink. He compared what was happening to what his mom, Princess Diana, went through. He talked about the press, the pressure, and his fear that history would repeat itself.
You know, my mum clearly taught me a certain set of values, of which I will always try and uphold, despite the role and the job that sometimes that entails, if you know what I mean. But I think I will always protect my family, and now I have a family to protect. So everything that she went through and what happened to her is incredibly raw every single day, and that's not me being paranoid. That's just me not wanting a repeat of the past. You know, I will not be bullied into playing a game that killed my mum.
As usual, people couldn't believe what they were hearing. Social media went wild. Some were totally on Meghan and Harry's side, calling them brave for speaking up. Others said they were throwing the royal family under the bus. Hashtags like Team Meghan and Team Monarchy were everywhere. The palace's response? A short, cold statement. Recollections may vary. That only made people angrier. This wasn't just a family argument, it was a wake-up call. People started talking about race, power, and how even the royal family isn't as perfect as it looks. So here's where things got really messy. When Meghan and Harry said they were stepping back from royal duties, most people thought they wanted a quieter, more private life, but instead it looked like they were stepping into the spotlight even more, just on their own terms. They signed a massive deal with Netflix, reportedly worth around $100 million. The promise? To create shows and documentaries that would inspire and entertain.
It's really hard to look back on it now and go, what on earth happened?
You hear that? That is the sound of hearts breaking all around the world.
She's becoming a royal rock star.
And then...
But let's be real, their royal titles didn't exactly disappear from the credits. Every project had Duke and Duchess of Sussex stamped on it, making people wonder if they were really cutting ties with royalty or just cashing in on it.
Money before family. Are you putting money before family?
How many questions? People can't help but think that they did this for money. Of course, the couple will dispute that. Reports have come from the Sussexes that they actually just wanted their kids to have their birthright, as Harry put it. But again, it's Harry's birthright to be a prince, and he's done everything in his power to disparage the institution that has given him this birthright. So again, it's very odd. We obviously know that the Sussexes have made a lot of money off their titles, given the fact that they have a Netflix documentary and they had an interview with Oprah and now Harry's book Spare. They're very aware that this wouldn't have happened if they weren't members of the royal family and they didn't have these titles.
Then came Spotify. Meghan launched her podcast Archetypes, which aimed to tackle stereotypes women face. It was hyped up as a bold, fresh take, and yeah, it got a lot of buzz. But things didn't go smoothly behind the scenes. Reports said Spotify wasn't happy with how slow content was coming out. And then to make things even juicier, a Spotify exec called them grifters. That word hit like a slap. Critics jumped on it, saying it proved the couple were more interested in making money off their royal fame than actually creating meaningful content. But it's not that simple. Fans pointed out that Meghan and Harry were trying to create a new life for themselves and their family. They wanted financial independence without being tied to the palace. And who could blame them for wanting to tell their own story on their own platform? Supporters said they were being unfairly targeted because of who they were and what they represented. They weren't just cashing in, they were breaking free from a system that had hurt them. Of course, the debate exploded online. Hashtags like Sussex Cash Grab and Megxit 2.0 started trending. Supporters and haters went back and forth. Some said, good for them for making their own way, while others said, they're selling out, plain and simple. The media loved every second of it, fueling the fire with every new deal, every podcast episode, every public appearance.
So enough, right? They are quitting. Why not?
It's not the best PR for
royal family, especially Meghan.
I wish them all the best. I feel like it will be a great step to them being happier and being safer.
It's really kind of their loss that they're, going to be spending more time in Canada and not going to be part of the royal family.
I believe it's racism, to be honest, though, because it's quite different the way they treat William and Kate compared to Meghan and Harry.
In the end, Meghan and Harry's brand became a battleground. Were they savvy entrepreneurs making the best of a bad situation? Or were they just playing the fame game a little too hard? Either way, the world was watching, and the drama wasn't dying down anytime soon. Let's talk about the Nigeria trip, because that one really stirred the pot. Meghan and Harry rolled into Nigeria, giving speeches, wearing stunning traditional outfits, and posing for the cameras like it was an official royal tour. But here's the thing, it wasn't an official royal tour. The palace didn't approve it. No official nod from the UK government either. It was like they were doing their own royal thing without the palace's rules. Critics jumped on it saying, hold up, aren't they supposed to be done with this? Some compared it to Princess Diana, who lost her HRH title after her divorce, or Edward VIII, who gave up the throne and his titles for love. Even legal experts started dusting off the Titles Deprivation Act of 1917, debating whether Meghan's actions crossed the line. But fans, they were cheering them on, saying Meghan and Harry were just living their best lives. Either way, it poured more gas on an already raging fire. And just when you thought the drama couldn't get any messier, the whole BAFTA situation kicked off. Word was Prince William, who's the president of BAFTA, made sure Harry wasn't on the guest list. Yep, you heard that right. It wasn't just a scheduling mix-up or forgotten invitation. It looked like a clear message from William. You're either with us or you're out. This wasn't just about an awards show. It was about making a statement. The tension between the brothers had been simmering for a while, and this snub made it clear. William wasn't ready to pretend everything was fine. Some insiders hinted that Harry had tried to reach out to get an invite, maybe as a way to test the waters and see if reconciliation was possible. But if that's true, it didn't work. William held his ground. As a matter of fact, people know Prince wasn't playing because before this time, he had banned Harry from his royal coronation.
Royal reporting over the weekend claims that Prince Harry will be banned from Prince William's eventual coronation, which is just so shocking. It would be a breach in all royal precedent. Or would it? This claim comes from Roy Anika at the Sunday Times. This was actually a 40th birthday special on Prince Harry. Happy birthday, Prince Harry. Here is more crap about how you and your family are.
For Harry, it must have felt like history was repeating itself. Once again, he was left on the outside, dealing with family drama he couldn't fix. And for the public, this was another chapter in a story that just wouldn't quit. It wasn't just about the glitz of the BAFTAs. It was about loyalty, respect, and drawing lines in the sand. This move by William added a new layer to the royal feud, showing just how deep the cracks had become. One thing was clear, this family rift wasn't going away anytime soon, and the world was watching, waiting for the next twist. This isn't just about taking away a title, it's about what royalty means today. People are asking, is this move a sign of the monarchy holding on to old school rules, or is it a smart way to protect its image? Legal experts and royal historians are split. Some say stripping Meghan's title would be a bold stand for tradition, a way of showing that you can't just walk away from royal duty and still enjoy the perks. Others warn it could backfire, making her a symbol of a system too stuck in the past to move forward. And where's King Charles III in all this? That's the big question. Some say he's torn between his duty as king and his role as a father. It's a delicate balance, uphold the monarchy's reputation or risk making the family drama even worse. Others think Charles is sitting back, waiting to see which way public opinion swings. One thing's for sure, whatever move he makes next will shape how the world sees not just him, but the whole future of the royal family. It looks like this man is careful because he's been avoiding questions lately.
Your Majesty, have you watched the documentary?
However, there are rumors that he has been stopping the royal system from taking action.
I want to start with this hilarious story. Apparently, palace officials have been trying their hardest to strip Harry of his titles, but Charles has been denying them the opportunity.
And here's the real kicker. This story's far from over. Will Meghan come out of this stronger, turning herself into a post-royal powerhouse with even more global influence? Or will losing her titles shake up the Sussex brand so much that their glow starts to fade? That's the million-dollar question. Some folks say this whole mess could actually boost Meghan's image. Without those fancy titles, she and Harry could finally be seen as regular people standing up to an outdated system. That kind of break free from the establishment energy might just make them more popular with younger generations, especially in the US and around the world. On the flip side, losing those titles might hurt their brand. Companies like Netflix and Spotify didn't sign deals with just any couple. They signed deals with royalty. Take that away, and who knows if the offers will keep coming. What's your take? Is this move about preserving royal dignity, or is it a desperate attempt to cover up deeper cracks in the monarchy's facade? Drop your thoughts below and keep your eyes peeled, because this drama isn't slowing down anytime soon. If anything, it's only getting started.